y'all, and welcome back to another cup of conversation.
Where we have conversations worth having.
I am your host, T.
And I'm your girl, Coco.
And we are back with another Anywhere But There series episode. You are now tuned into us at The Hive, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure y'all come and check them out. I've been saying this weeks on weeks. If y'all haven't listened by now and you're a creator, you're missing out. Okay?
You
Sleep.
Yes. And we back solo dolo.
Yeah, just us.
So we gonna hop right in it. You feeling good?
I actually am.
Okay.
My nerves are a little up in the air a little bit because I ain't mentioned this on the podcast because I ain't want to mention no current. You know how you got to kind of wait till stuff play out a little before you talk about it on a public platform, but I done had to go to HR at my job, and
I see.
It's bringing a little anxiety up in here. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety, like I'm stuck between like standing on business and really, not letting the ball drop whenever
you're
not.
Right.
Yeah, whenever you're not mad no more. You know how black people get that I ain't mad no more, so they kind of just let it go. I'm trying to stay focused and stand on business, but do it professionally and let them know my value, the issues, and all that. So
right.
My nerves is a little jumbled, but I'm dealing with it because I got to get through it. It's whether I'm scared or not, it's coming.
Big girl panties
next week,
on.
it's coming, baby. So luckily my vacation is set right after the meeting, so I'm gonna go relax.
Fight and leave.
Yeah. So that's how I'm feeling. How you feeling and dealing?
I'm feeling good. I really don't have any complaints. I feel like we talked about it with the last guest about just giving your problems to God, and I feel like that's what I have done. And I just but the thing that I've been making sure I do too is not only giving my problems to God, but once I give my problems to God, being intentional about still being solution based.
Okay.
And not just giving them to God and not thinking about him anymore, or just God gonna deal with it type of thing. And He is, but still being practical in the way I find solutions for situations and stuff. So, but right now I'm feeling really fine. I'm feeling really good. We back at work. My daughter is about to go back to school. It's gonna put us back into a routine. I'm expecting of that. So yeah, I've been pretty good.
That's good.
Hey y'all, it's your girls from A Cup of Conversation, and we are interested in your brand.
Are you looking for a new audience to be in front of? You need some marketing or extra promo for your brand?
Well, all you have to do is go to the link in our bio, click the link, fill out the Ask Spot form, and we will reach out to you. But to go back, I know the last time they saw us together, we had our talk about the podcast and our expectations and the different thought processes behind the podcast. And I ask myself all the time. First of all, I pride myself in making sure I teach this to my daughter about not removing her from difficult situations. For an example, she didn't really like the school that she went to this year because it wasn't as social or student driven as she has been accustomed to.
Right.
But I left her in the school not because it was good for what I had going on, but also because I didn't want her to be accustomed to running away from difficult situations. And I feel like even in difficult situations, it's something you can learn from it.
Right.
And so I thought about these questions for myself because I said, what is that thin line between removing yourself from difficult situations and versus sticking them out for whatever the reason might be, the greater cause or just to have a clear understanding, whatever that is. And I look at the podcast and what we're going through now is a difficult situation for me because the easy thing for me to do is because I can, and I've heard you talk about this before, the free will, is to say, well, I'm just done with it. I'm not going to do it. If it ain't done how I want it to be done, then I'm just not going to do it. And I think sometimes that gets disguised as me not having a voice in a situation. By just sticking around, even if I'm not completely happy. But for me, it's not that I don't feel like I have a voice in a situation. It's just that I want to make sure that I'm not running from difficult things and running from things that when they get difficult. You get what I'm saying?
I like that you said that. That's kind of how, like, when I was talking about my feelings, my dealings, I was trying to make sure I'm not just running from that problem instead of speaking on it and saying how it made me feel and saying, here goes a couple solutions. What can we do to move forward with this? Like, I could have just quit the job.
Right.
I could have said, fuck them people. You know what I'm saying? There's more jobs where they ain't stopped making them bitches when they made this one. So,
right.
I could have went that direction, but like you said, it's value and it's lessons learned sticking through those difficult situations.
Right. So what would you say is a thin line though? Because we do still have situations that are difficult because they're not supposed to be had. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not supposed, you're not supposed to go through it. Maybe it's a situation like, and this is just an example. If you're in a toxic relationship, the relationship is toxic. It's not just that it's difficult. It's toxic, and you need to leave. You need to not stick this out.
Sticking it through is not going to change nothing
the situation.
From that. Yeah.
And so how do you balance that? How do you come up with a solution that says, this isn't, Krista, this isn't T, this is not a situation to where you can stick out. This is a situation to where this does not align with who you are or what you believe in. Or this is something that you align with, but it's just not going in your favor at the moment because you have to iron out X, Y, Z.
Yeah. Girl, this is a good topic because I feel like I'm going through this in pretty much every aspect of my life. From family to relationships to my job to this business. Like I'm always at a point where I'm like, is this too much stress? I can really start with my family because like I've been trying to put things together for us to have family reunions, be more family oriented, like act like we family instead of just like linking up, because we do like regular Black people link up when somebody die. You know what I mean? Like when shit get hard. So I've been trying to be the one to do that, and I'm not the matriarch of the family. I'm not the oldest person in the family, nor am I the one with the most money. So it get frustrating trying to get everybody all on your same page. I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much already gave up with them on that.
Really? Already?
Yeah. I mean, I've tried, like, it's certain situations where you can tell that people not trying the way you trying, and regardless if it's something new, you got to kind of teach them, a little bit. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're not used to this kind of structure, because I ain't gonna lie, I took a few pointers from your family meetings. Y'all having little groups, and this person does this, and this person does that, and we all chip into this. Y'all, even if you ain't gonna do nothing, we know everybody gonna send this amount of money. It needs to be sent by this day. If you don't have it, send little pieces until you get to that day. You know what I mean? Like, communicate. Talk about what you can and can't do. I think the thin line in all of them boils down to communication. Because it's things that in this podcast that I expected from you that I didn't communicate to you. And I wasn't like, I'm always trying to prejudge like the outcome of it instead of just saying, hey, Coco, this shouldn't be ran like this. Let's try it like this. And then 9 times out of 10, when I have done that, or I went around and took that way, you were like, all right, bet. Okay. And I'm like, damn, I done sat up here arguing myself about this shit, thinking about I'm about to argue with her about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think
anticipating things being difficult.
And anticipating the worst. So like, I think it boiled down to just really setting your boundaries, knowing what you expect out of other people, you got to expect out of yourself too. So I can't say I want you to do X, Y, and Z if I haven't started doing X, Y, and Z too. I can't say I want all my family to chip in on this if I can't chip in on it. You know what I mean?
Or not having an expectation at all until you have created a plan. Yeah. Because I learned this with my marriage. The expectation that I have of marriage was what I had before I knew Kerry was going to be my husband. Right. And for me to place that expectation on him, yes, it's cool for me to have that expectation, but for him not to know that expectation is not fair to him. Right. And so I think that goes with anything, and what I call that is a shared goal. Do we have this goal in common? Are we the same when it comes to this goal for our family, for our business, for our regular family relationship or whatever? Do we have a shared goal? Because sometimes what we found out in my relationship is that we didn't have the same shared goal. How I told y'all on the last episode about I wanted to be a kept wife. First of all, my husband didn't know what that meant, and he didn't know that he had a responsibility in me becoming a kept wife because he's the keeper. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the normal
not really providing to him what all that comes with.
Even in your life of business or even in your life of survival, you need me to be that keeper of that. Like, of course I'm gonna pay the bills at home, but like, no, in totality of me even being your wife, like what I desire is for you to take care of me like that.
Yeah.
And really, so a lot of it was my expectation in my head, because I know it probably sounds horrible on the outside saying it, and you don't want to be looked at as a woman like, oh, you need somebody. But I had to be honest with myself. And when she said when we talked, you will never be aligned with your goals until you know your goals and you own what you really want out of life.
Yeah.
And I felt like me suppressing that because of what the stigma was holding me back from ever getting it.
Exactly.
Or ever having
I find
somebody
myself
keep
doing that
me.
too. Because I always pride myself in not being a girl that's needy or the girl that need a man. Miss Independent needs to lead a building, okay?
Please, has left the building.
I don't want to be a care woman, because I do still want to do, I thrive off of being, I ain't gonna say needed, but like I have like a goal and a vision for media and the way I see myself going with it. I thrive off of that. Like I thrive off of doing the reels and having little ideas and doing stuff like that. So I don't want to be kept. I just want to be, how should I put it? I just want to be taken care of. Like I want to be thought of, like
considered.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll go to work. Yeah, I'll cook, clean, and do all this. But I want you to consider like that I might be tired. So take this, or I might be.
But that is kept though, in a way, because in order to be kept, you're also keeping.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I want my husband to do all the work and I don't do anything. No, what it means is I want to work. And me and my husband, we've been talking about this a lot. Where's your value? What he asked me a question. What do you think you bring to the family? And I answered him and I said, well, what do you think then? What do you bring to the family? He answered me. And I let him know right there is where you maximize who you are in a relationship. What I find and I bring to the family, and I value what I have that you value in me or that I value in myself, is what I want to bring at its maximum effort.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that may not be me going to work.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And so for some instances that may be, but what I'm saying is even being kept, you're still keeping something. In order for Bubba to keep you, you have to have a certain level of keeping him in whatever capacity that may mean. And that just might not mean, oh, I'm having to go to work. I'm having to,
that might be getting all his stuff ready for work.
Exactly.
Or,
and I thrive in that because I feel like that's where I'm best at with my husband. Like, think about it. I told him to think about this. I'm not saying I want to get out of my job. I love my job now. And but what I'm saying is, if I could be everything that you have to be plus be what you got to be, imagine how much smoother your life would be, and imagine how much smoother my life would be.
Yeah.
If I can, if I'm saying I don't really want to be the making money independent woman that a lot of women are, then imagine how much I can help you be that person that you do want to be. You do want to be that hardworking, did this and that. And if I manage that for you, I wouldn't have to work because I've managed I front loaded you so much that all you would have to do is be that person.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that ought to
be a breeze for you to just wake up and go do what you need to do, because I've already put in place the steps. So let's just run those same questions about the podcast. What value do you feel like you bring?
I feel like and when it comes to like problems, I feel like I can solve problems and pivot very well. I think that I bring on a creative direction as far as like the ideas of like how to format the podcast, as far as like the creative part of it. The logistics part, I don't believe that is for me. The inner workings, I think that I am a visionary in so many words.
I can agree to that.
And I think that when I get pushed beyond that is when my nervous system gets to going haywire. And my aunt asked me what are our roles in the podcast and what we value. And I told her basically that for me, and I said I feel like T is very good administrative wise. Like even from the live podcast, how we had the Excel sheet and that kind of stuff. I don't want to do.
Yeah, I'm good at stuff like that.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's my value. I bring that part, the administrative, because I already kind of work in those fields, and I value structure and organization. So the easier we can set things up beforehand so they can run smoothly on the back end, that's what I like to do. I like to try to, find out all the issues before they arrive, and then you more so take care of the solutions when the issues do arrive.
And so I live my life on the edge, so I think that
yeah, you'll be ready to just let's hop up in. I had to pause you this weekend because you talk about something. Let's get a cutout. Let's do that. I said, girl, a little bit of brand right now.
Right.
A little bit of brand. We're trying to stick on it would have been real cute, but we're trying to stay on budget and we're trying to do this shit right.
But that's the part of me, the creative part. Like once I see something, I can't unsee it. And like I tell Carrie all the time, whatever you want to spend, take me there. Don't take me somewhere if you ain't getting used to this yet. If you ain't gonna do this on a regular, don't do that. We were looking at some model homes, and he took me. He was like, "You gonna love this one?" I'm like, "I am." And this is gonna be what I want. I'm not gonna go back down because you like.
So
this
start with where you want to start.
Start with where you want to end, because that's what that's how I am with anything. Like when you said, okay, pillows. So now I'm thinking pillows. Okay, now I'm thinking, okay, a contrast to pillows. What is okay? Like that's how my mind thinks. So
I'm talking about. I said the idea. We was right here. And then by the time we got off the phone, we was over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, bring it back. Let's come back.
But that's how I see stuff. And even with like business, like with structure and stuff like that. Like, okay, well, if you need this, then that means you need this. And then that means and that's how my mind works. So I'm good. I feel like that's where I bring the value. And then I feel like too, I'm kind of like, I think I'm transparent. I think I am. You think I'm not?
I would say, I know you be trying to find the right words to say. Like you always be like, I wanted to sit back. Like a lot of the times that we had those discussions, you'd be like one time I remember vividly, I was like, man, you came up in here all quiet on the episode. Like you seemed like you didn't want to be there. And like that day you was like, no, I'm fine. And like 2 weeks later, you was like, I was really trying to figure out if I want to be there or not. Right. I'm like, my nigga, you should have just said that. That's what I just said. I'm looking at you. But you know what?
I'm transparent when I feel like it's the right. I'm very big on being speaking before you thought about something.
But even if you do think you transparent at the right times, even when you don't feel like being, you're seen. I don't know if you think people can't see you. Like if you walk in a mood and somebody that knows you would know you're in a mood, you can't tell them you ain't in a mood. Like when I can see you, you might not feel like being transparent at that moment.
But I'm like, sometimes my mood is, it don't be a mood. It really be like, okay, like.
Or it don't necessarily have to be. You could be too deep in thought. You ain't trying to talk about that particular thing thought. That I'm in thought. Right.
Yeah. And I think too, I really just like quiet sometimes. Like I think that.
I'm not mad at that either.
Because I feel like too, my mama, she joke with people all the time when they come to the house, and she always like, oh, I don't take it personal, Krista. I did this to her the other night. We were talking about her business, and I gave her such great insight for her business and how she should move and the content that she need to create and this and that. And I woke up the next morning because I realized when I got done, I just got up and went in my room. I didn't say, okay, well, nothing like that. And she was like, Krista, I'm so used to you being like that by now. Like, I just got used to it. But I don't think everybody not my mama.
Right.
And so I do have to, but I apologize because I'm becoming more aware of I am awkward and I am weird and I don't do things the right way all the time. So I just try to be very, okay. And then also, I'm also getting more used to like telling people how I feel.
Okay.
Because at first I didn't want to be confrontational and I didn't want to do this and that. But just saying like, oh no.
I can't keep on picking up friends like this. You was like the second, well, I ain't gonna say the second. Yeah. What, but the third, like, yes, I can't do that with y'all. Just say it. It ain't no confrontation. We ain't finna be for real. Like,
it's not.
It just gonna make it. It feels a little awkward in the beginning of it, but like once you get through the conversation, I'll just be like, hell yeah,
right?
That motherfucker. Now I feel so much better about this person, or I feel so much better about the idea, or whatever it is. But yeah, I get the straying away from it because it don't feel good going into it. Like it don't feel good having to ask somebody, well, are we friends? How do you think about me? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get that real answer.
Right.
Especially if y'all have had some friction or some shit like that. Like, you're going to get that real answer. So, I mean, I get it, but I ain't never straight. Baby, let's talk.
And I think when you are dealing with a person that you might, again, this goes back to like the expectation or the thought of people before knowing. I look at T like a rah person. So I might not be I might not be as reserved with a person that I don't deem as rah. Well, I'm gonna be more reserved with you because I don't want to be rah. So then I'm like, I'm anticipating whatever I say becomes rah. Then I'm like, okay, no. But then if it's a person that I know is kind of like me, then I'm like,
yeah,
hey, I've been thinking and because I know that that'll be the same in. You know what I'm saying?
I swear this is like deja vu because my friends, my two best friends in 10th grade, set me in my room in my mama's house and we was having like a friendship conversation. And they was like, yeah, Tia, we don't come to you because you're very judgmental. I mean, I don't know if that was their exact word, but they was like, yeah, you always like straightforward. Like you too much sometimes. I was like, me?
Yeah.
Me? Oh my gosh,
and I think
guys.
I think T, what I noticed, and I can always tell, it's like every time I be spot on. Anytime I feel like T done sat at home and thought about something all week or feeling away all week, I be knowing and dreading coming to the podcast. I can always tell.
And I can tell when the dread is on your face, it's because we have two different styles of addressing the situation. Like, you're more, let me think about it. Let me make sure I have the right things to say about it. And I'm more, and I guess I should do that more. And you probably should do this more. And I'm more so like, nah, let's talk about it. Because sometimes I can say I should wait to talk about it because I don't have the thought process fully mapped out. And you know, I haven't thought of put myself in a situation like, okay, are you the one? Because like I said, I can't expect something from you that I'm not doing myself. So I haven't ask myself, have you done the things that you want her to do? Or have you done the things that you finna go up in here and complain about? Because if not, then there ain't nothing to talk about right now. You need to slow your roll a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's always like you know better. Like, y'all know what needs to be done. It just ain't getting done. I don't know. I don't know what they would, but I can see how people feel that way. But I don't think nobody that ever has hung around me would say that I've done that out of like ill intent, like because I don't like you, or like I feel a way about Coco, so I'm sitting over here all week like fuck DB and all. You know what I mean? Like, just I'm not. That it's never been it. It's always like, damn, we at a rocky road right now. What the fuck is the solution to get out of this awkward space?
Yeah, and I think my reservation sometimes be because I pride myself, and this is one of the things when Carrie asked me, what do I bring to the family? Like, what value do I have? I think that my value is emotional intelligence. Like, I feel like it's not so much that I'm running from difficult situations or having hard conversations. It's just that I want to address situations with the most emotional intelligence as possible.
And I'm working on that. I'm definitely working on that.
And I teach Kari that, and I feel like and I teach Carrie that too. Like, he can tell you, like, yeah, you're right. And we read a book over, we went on vacation and we prioritized reading this book that we had been supposed to read for the longest. And the first chapter was the 7 principles of having a long-lasting marriage or a healthy marriage, one of them. And the first chapter of the book was emotional intelligence. And it was so funny because he had asked me about what do I bring to the family, and I told him emotional intelligence, and he just really just felt like, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And I said that is a big part of having a relationship. Because if we always just reacted on our emotions, especially me as a woman, and then you often do, Carrie, I'm speaking about Carrie, often you act off emotion. You be like, well, you just made, I'll be like, but that is, in that moment, that's when you have to use your intelligence and say, da-da-da-da-da, whatever.
And I can agree. I've been trying to work on that, but it's showing up in my relationship to where we lacking emotional intelligence, and it's getting to where we trying with each other with that, you know, we trying to small emotional intelligence talking and trying to do the right things. But it gets to that point where we get frustrated and we blow up and go back to that old shit. You know what I mean? So like it gets sticky trying to navigate the intelligence part of it all. But I think that is something to learn. Like that is something to really hone in and look into, because it makes for a better conversation if y'all are not like rah-rah at each other. You know what I mean?
And my mama asked me one time, because oh my God. So I think I figured out what my content, my extended content will be. It's going to be family. Whether it's with my mama.
That shit should have been like a no-brainer. I'm like, girl, you about to make me mad.
Right. I know. She been saying that. But we have the best conversation. We had a conversation last Sunday, and we started off with the conversation, and we talked about women. We talked about women and men, and I said that I don't think that women understand men, and I don't think men understand women. And I think if we spent enough time learning the autonomy of a woman and the thought process of a woman as far as a man, and then the vice versa for women, then we would have better relationships. And I think my mama said something about, we talked about having, like, because when I'm in a conversation, I'm telling you this, and I just want you to understand it. And she was like, so why is it always about who's right or wrong? Is it always about who's right or wrong? And I said, some instances it's not about who's right or wrong, but sometimes it is, because if this is the wrong way, then we can't keep doing the wrong way. So it's not about, oh, I was right or you was wrong. It's about, this is the better way, and this is the right way. We need to handle this so we won't encounter this again. So I think that if we just had better emotional intelligence, I think that is like, it was the reason why that was the first chapter in that book, because I think that helps us maneuver situations that are difficult or that are foreign to us in a way that we have better outcomes.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
I definitely agree. So what advice would you be would it be for somebody to, I guess, grow there or hone into their emotional intelligence? How would you?
Take your emotions out of it. Give space. Listen, let me say this though. And I've been working on this because, and that's why I say it has to be a space where you understand each other. Women are emotional.
Yeah.
That's who we are in general.
That's why I said girl.
And even with me and T relationship, we are emotional. If I feel like, oh, this bitch get on my nerves, oh, she always da-da-da-da-da, that's fine. But ultimately, what is the situation at hand?
Right.
Have those moments. If you gotta say it, if you gotta, look, bitch, you getting on my nerves, that is fine. But you have to then move from that. Yeah. Like, it's not to say that you can't have emotions, but we gotta move from the emotion. Yeah. And that is the part that men have really well, moving from the emotion. Yeah, they're more on logic. But what I tell Carrie all the time, when I bring you emotion, don't bring me logic right away. Let's sit in the emotion of it. Okay. Let's sit in the emotion of it right now.
Because we got to do both sides.
We got to do both. We got to do both. And so I feel like if you sit in it with me, I have a softer spot to even hear your logic. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If you go straight to, well, that don't even make sense because X, Y, Z, I'm not ready to go there right now. Yeah. I'm not ready to hear why my emotions don't make sense. Yeah. So I feel like
I'm still feeling my feels. It is what it is in my mind.
And if you care about me and you care about how I feel, we have to talk about how I feel. Yeah. And how I feel is sad right now. How I feel is unseen right now. Whatever the feeling is, I feel it right now. So we can't negate that. Yeah. So I think the way to move towards emotional intelligence is to know how to navigate emotions without it showing up as dissolution, like not being able to have a solution. I think that, have your emotions. Okay, let's move from your emotions now. Right. You get what I'm saying? So that would be my only takeaway from it.
I love it. I think this was a good talk today. You want to do our last sip? Pick one of these.
Let's get spicy.
You pick one. I'm gonna pick one. I'm going from the bottom. Oh, come on!
I don't have one. Okay, what's your
pick another one?
Okay. I gotta say it.
You gotta say it.
Okay.
You gonna go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. Okay. Your man wants a threesome. You, him, and anybody in your friend group. Who would you pick? Okay, this not going off of anything but looks, me and Coco was kind of talking about these earlier, going through them. This not going off of anything but looks. I'm not finna try to like judge to see if you got the best house or the best coochie or if you cook good.
Right.
None of that. If I'm talking about who look good or who'll be fat in the bed, I'm gonna go with Brittany or Darren. Now, if y'all know my friend Brittany, she look like me, so that's why I picked her.
Right. Okay.
We got the same kind of brown skin build, got the same build. Now, Darren, she's a wild card for me because I don't usually like, I'm not gonna say light skinned girls, but I'm not a busty person. I'm looking at the ass. And Darren got more titties than she got. Well, she look equally yoked.
Oh, not equally yoked.
She been in the gym. My girl pretty equally yoked.
Okay.
But yeah, Darren or Brittany.
Okay.
Queenie for
the spice.
For the spice. If I had to go pick again.
Okay, so mine says, who's your favorite ex? I don't have favorites.
Oh, that's messy.
That's so messy. But it's good because I don't really have a lot of exes, to be honest.
Okay.
So I would have to say my high school boyfriend. I would have to say my high school boyfriend.
Okay. Why would you say that? Y'all had a good relationship or you just liked him?
I feel like we had a pretty decent relationship. He was very kind, and like he did what he had to do to make me happy. Like I feel like what I will say is I don't think that we would have lasted past our young adult years.
Yeah, okay.
And me adult now, and then thinking about the type of person he was and what I desire out of a man is not the same anymore. So that it wouldn't work now. But I feel like if I had to say an ex, it would be my ex, my high school boyfriend.
Who would I say? Probably my senior year sweetheart too. Like my junior, senior year sweetheart too. Because I feel like with my exes, I've always been friends with them. So we always had good friendships. Now the last nigga was toxic, so but that dude from high school, I feel like we'd be cool if we were still together. And I think
too, his family, I would say my ex because his family, I love.
Well, I don't know, because now I'm super pro black. This nigga was mixed. His mama white, so I don't know. I don't know. It might get a little messy in the waters. This question was messy, though.
Yeah, that was very messy.
That was a messy question.
Because why would I have to say my favorite ex? Definitely not my favorite, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
But y'all, that's how we're going to start ending our episodes, with a last sip, a little tea, so y'all can get to know us a little better and, give y'all the raunchy y'all want. Because I know we be on here speaking. We got to speak.
We be in a whole therapy session.
No, because it's necessary. It's necessary, but
it is.
We got to get the people what they want to. So make sure y'all are liking, comment, subscribe. Let us know how y'all think about these new segments, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Bye, y'all.